Okay, let me cut the water on because I know my plants needs some water. Oh, it look like I'm gonna have some brown cherries, y'all. Hey, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see me. My bad. I'm over here. Okay. Now I'm gonna come and bring y'all inside. Okay. My bad, it took me a second. I had to wash the aphids off of my beans. Oh, hey y'all. How y'all Saturday? It is so hot. Like scorching hot out here. Hey, what's up? Oh, what you got going on, Hannah? Whew, oh my goodness. I feel like I'm literally draining, like drenched with sweat right now. Trying to grab my towel. And my water. Woo! I got some peppers I can harvest. It looked like my jalapeno peppers starting to turn red, y'all. I'm so hyped. I'm finna have a super, super spicy jalapeno pepper. Finna have a super, 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 super spicy jalapeno pepper, y'all. You said what I do today? Me and my baby made some more brownies because the ones that I made him the other day apparently weren't enough for him. He wanted more. Um, been hanging out basically, like low key. That's what I've been doing today, hanging out with my son. We made some brownies. I brought some of them out here, but I'm gonna mix some with some ice cream. My mom got some ice cream. I'm gonna mix some in with my brownies. Uh, yeah, that's really what I've been doing today. Watching videos, hanging out with my son, watching movies and stuff like that. I tried to get all my little work done last night, so I ain't really have to worry about it today. And you know what I'm saying? Now I'm out here hanging out with y'all. Let me see. You made the beet ketchup that you was talking about yesterday. That's cool. You canned up choke cherry jelly, elderberry jelly, strawberry and raspberry jam. Oh, you had a full little day. And you worked in the gardens. You say you glad I did that with him. I am too. It was fun. It's kind of hard sometimes because, you know what I'm saying? I had to tell myself that a few times, but while we were baking on, let him do it, StaR, let him do it. Take a step back and let him do his thing. Because he like it. And he is good at, you know what I'm saying? It's cool that my son is, you know what I'm saying? He's good at baking. So you say you don't have a child, so you don't know. It's a cool feeling. Hey, what's up, Lynn? You said you wish you were joining some of that up. I feel you. It was fun. It was fun though. He added he wanted to make sure he had extra chocolate chips, so which I already do. I use what is it called? The triple chocolate pack. We ain't make them from scratch, but we use the triple chocolate the triple chocolate box, and then I add extra chocolate chips because I just love, like, why not? You know what I'm saying? And he added even more. So our brownies have so much chocolate. It is just like absolutely ridiculous, but so absolutely delicious. You said what he like a brownie with his chocolate chip. Okay. I can't even say nothing because I am guilty of, you know what I'm saying? I'm the one that introduced them to it. Hey, what's up, Joel? But it was so good. They so good. I'm gonna have some probably later on while I'm sitting out here. I brought the brownies out here. I probably should have set the ice cream out, but I don't want to leave it out and it melts. So I'm probably just gonna pull it out 30 minutes before I add some to my bowl. Yeah, it was fun. But that's what I've been having going on today, y'all. Just hanging out. And now I'm out here about to take an inventory. It look like I'm finna have some what are they called? Dang, brown cherries. It look like I'm finna have some brown cherries soon. You went to the Black History Museum yesterday and all your possessions were in there. He is 11. He's 11 years old. Yes, it is. It is a fun age. It's an exciting age. He just started middle school, and I'm so excited for him. That's the original reason I baked some brownies. Was you said even your bike was in there? Well, dang. But the original reason that I baked him the brownies were like to celebrate his first week of middle school, and I forgot to double check that he was coming over here. But you know, he came, and then you know what I'm saying. He ate them all the ones that I baked him the other day. He ate them yesterday, so I ended up ordering more so I could bake him some more today. And he wanted to help me, so we did. Yeah, it was cool, and they were so good. I love brownies. Yeah, I'm glad we got to do it together because you know what I'm saying. It is a fun memory. You say yay, and now you know. Back in the day when I would bake, he would not touch. You know, like the dough. Now he likes it. He likes it now. Back in the day, I would be stuck like licking the bowl and a spoon by myself. Now he wants it. He is something else. You said Americans have so many different schools. Hey, what's up, Omir? You said it's about time he gets to lick the spatula. He finally actually wants to. At first, he didn't. But I suppose I don't know how many schools do y'all have it where in your country. What is it? It's not even really that we have elementary, middle school, and high school. And I feel like it's necessary because it separates the age groups so that it's not all of the children kind of being thrown together. I forgot to put my other phone out of here. I feel like it's necessary. Hey, what's up, Kayla? How you doing? And thank you. Oh my goodness, you went to a school with all the man. My elementary school was K through fifth grade. My first middle school was just sixth to eighth grade. Then I switched schools. My second middle school, it was elementary kindergarten all the way up until eighth grade. And I guess it was all right. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like as an elementary school, like a child in elementary school, it could probably be a little confusing because it's a mixture between two completely different age groups. It's like two different generations being thrown together, two different ages of children that are going through completely different things as far as socially, their bodies, you know what I'm saying? And all of that going through different things kind of being thrown in the same area. I feel like that can be it makes sense that they did it the way they did. Oh, okay. Thank you. You got okay. You say they had it separated. Well, in my third school, which was technically my second middle school, I they did have it separated, but not to the extent. Like we still kind of knew that there were elementary school, like younger kids there, and it did kind of cause some confusion sometimes. And I can think of a few things that happened that you wouldn't really want kids that young to be around and see certain things going on. Y'all all knew one another. Well, yeah, I could get that too. But I'm from a bigger, like a city. This is a big city, so I have at every school I went to, except for my high school, it was a situation where I was basically meeting everybody. And it was my first time being around everybody, except my high school, because a lot of people from my middle school went to my high school. But that's the only school where I actually already knew some people before I got there. Oh, no, I ain't had that going on. I never went to school. Wait, once in my first middle school, one of my cousins went to middle school with me, but we didn't socialize with each other like that. It wasn't like we hung out with each other or anything. And he wasn't one of my cousins that I was really that close to. I honestly didn't even recognize him as my cousin. He recognized me. And I honestly don't know how. I don't know if he heard somebody say my name or something, and that's what made him realize that I was his cousin. But we didn't even really know each other like that. Dang, everybody at your school was related. Now that's cool. That will be like homeschooling. See, in that kind of sense, I think it will make sense. You know what I'm saying? If it's all your family at the same school, that's a whole different vibe. That's like being homeschooled and being around your relatives versus being around like different age groups of complete strangers. Because that's what it felt like sometimes. Even though my son experience is different from mine because a lot of his friends from elementary school go to the same middle school as him. And he said that he has classes with some of his friends, and that's cool. So I feel like it's a different vibe for him. But at the same time, hmm, I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to defend the way that they got it going on, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe it would be easier if all the kids went to the same school, but I just feel like it's so many kids sometimes. When I was a freshman in high school, our class was I think about I don't remember if it was 1,000. I think it was 1,000 of us. Like literally in my class, the ninth grade class, there was 1,000 students. And eventually they started kicking people out for fighting and acting up and stuff like that. And we graduated with less, but we really had a lot of kids at our school. You were scared you were dating a cousin? Oh, sheesh. Uh, Students between 11 and 20 years old and a lot of bullies. See, I feel like that's what will be the problem. Because if it's a situation where what I'm saying, child is 11 years old and a 20-year-old is trying to bully them, we got a problem. Woo! You had the same teachers as your parents? Nah, I don't think I had the same teachers as my parents. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Nah, I don't think I never was in a position to where I came close to dating somebody that I was related to. Oh my goodness. Lord. What's up, Larry? What's up, Larry Lamar? What you got going on? That's wild. Even though when I was, like I said, when I was in middle school, I was going to school with one of my cousins, and it was only for a year, but I had no idea that he was my cousin. But it was never a situation where I almost dated him. It wasn't that kind of vibe. Oh, baby, I would be scared. I would be scared if it's a situation where all my family is the people that's at school with me. I would kind of be scared to date. I can understand why you went to a different town just to, find somebody to date, because I can't stand. I'll be nervous. Oh, and like distant cousins and stuff like that. Girl, I would be nervous about that. It sounds like, how do you clean your stuff with your nails? Okay, do you use your hand or do you use toilet paper or a washcloth like normal people? You said you have some tea. I bet. I can't imagine what kind of tea you could cook, baby. After that, oh we. And I have a lot of family out here, but it's never been a situation where I accidentally or might have or oops, who knows if I dated one of my cousins, man. No, you hold my phone vibrates. Why? You were married for the first time when you was 24, and you met him to meet your grandmother after the deed was out, after y'all already got married. What's up, Q? Oh Lord. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. No. Oh no. I had to do that in my little orange cat voice. Oh no. Oh Lord. Oh we. No. Okay, only through marriage. I was gonna say, Okay, thank you for adding that part because that at least that part is better when you add that. You know what I'm saying? Because through marriage is completely different than actually like you know what I'm saying. But shoot, oh man, y'all got to get some more people to move down there, yo, so y'all can have some variety, so y'all can date. You say you still feel weird about it. I can understand, yo. Oh my goodness. You are reminding me of what's the name of that movie? When he thought he slept with his sister. What is the name of that movie, bro? I forgot. I forgot the name of the movie. He thought he was messing with his sister and he wasn't. Oh my goodness. I was just full out have a panic attack. I wouldn't even know what to do with myself. I don't even like honestly, I don't even know how you felt about it, but I couldn't even I just honestly couldn't imagine. Hey little B. I couldn't imagine that feeling. Baby, I couldn't imagine that feeling. I can imagine. I would have been like, what? I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words. That's how I really would have. I wouldn't even know what to say. I would have been completely just like speechless. I would have been speechless. I wouldn't even know what to say. Mm. I will say praise God that it was only through, marriage because oh that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And you know that y'all are not I understand. I completely understand because that would have spooked me. I think my heart probably would have skipped a beat if I would have been told that the person that I thought I was dating, man, I wouldn't even know how to feel. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't even know how to feel. See, I feel like that may be a reason why I don't need to date, like move to certain areas and then start dating because I do have some distant family like in certain areas of Louisiana and Tennessee and then up north in what is it? I forgot the name of that state. But it's like I gotta be careful. You said it skipped some minutes. I feel you. I wouldn't even I would have completely have been lost for words. I would have like, you know what I'm saying? I would have had to sit down for a second and catch my breath. Hey, what's up, Mano or Maine? I'm gonna call you Maine. Or is it Manuel? You say you glad you make I'm glad you can laugh at it now. I feel so awkward laughing because I don't want to laugh at your pain. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't even know what to say to that. I don't know how to respond because that is just so I would have felt so awkward. I would have just like I wouldn't have even known what to do or how to feel, yo. I really wouldn't have. I would have been in shock. You said it's not pain. Okay, that's good. That makes me feel better. Cause I would have known how to feel about that. Oh we. Mm-mm. I wouldn't know how to feel about that. But I never ended up in that kind of predicament or situation where I was messing around or dating somebody I was related to. I feel you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I can't say. I feel like if that would have happened to me, that sounds like something that would have been traumatizing. But that is also coming from somebody who never went through that experience, so I can't really say how it would have feel, how it would have felt, how it would feel, or how I would feel at this point. But the whole time you and your ex were together, y'all laughed about it. I'm pretty sure. And I'm glad that she clarified that it was through marriage, because through marriage and actually being blood related are two completely different things. That's wild. It's wild because you went out of your way to meet somebody that wasn't related to you and still ended up meeting somebody you were related to through marriage. Is wild, man. Programs. My grandma, she was just trying to help fight. Man, I can't imagine, especially like, and then you say you stayed in a rural area your whole life. I know how hard it can be in a especially like when you stay in a small town, it can be kind of hard to find somebody. Especially if you want to stay in your town, you have to find somebody that wants to live there, or like you could go somewhere else and meet someone, but then they would have to want to move to where you live at. I can understand because I stayed in a small town when I stayed off grid and everybody knew everybody. It was a situation where everybody knew, like, because it's like it was only so many people out there. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And especially being that I worked at the gas station, literally the only store in the town. So everybody, when they needed, you know what I'm saying, they wanted some candy, they wanted some chips, they wanted to hurry up and maybe like some milk or something like that, and they didn't feel like driving to town, they would come to that gas station and get whatever they needed. So I would eventually end up meeting everybody that lived out there. Yo, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. You said I got all the tea. Yo, so did. That's how it was every time me and my friend that I met out there, we both worked at the gas station, and when we got off, it was always some tea. Somebody was always doing something. Somebody always pulled up. It was some people that literally would just go to the gas station because they wanted to talk. Like some of the locals will literally buy one thing. Um, I remember a few people they would only come in there to get something simple like a can of soda and a bag of chips every day, and spend 30 minutes sitting there talking to me about nothing, about what they had going on, what happened to them today. And that's how I found out about people that would try to go on other people's property and their private property, trying to hunt and do stuff like that, because they would come in the store talking to me about it. Yeah, they wouldn't be spiteful or mean, but they would come in there with some tea. I remember one time this couple got stuck. They got stranded in our town, like on the side of the freeway. Their car got stuck. Man, when I say they was like, we were all so intrigued on what they had going on. And I feel like the most interesting thing was they stayed there for like 3 days, and we were like, are they gonna leave? Did they call for help? We were trying to ask them if they called for help. Did they get a tow truck? Do they have somewhere to go? What they got going on? And they were literally like coming to the gas station to get noodles and stuff to eat and sleeping in their car. And we were kind of concerned. And that was the talk for like weeks. That's how it was a little bit. You said small towns can have some weirdos. For the most part, most people, either it's a situation where you grew up there and you love it and you're not leaving, or you're the type of person where you deliberately chose to move to the middle of nowhere because you want to be left alone. And that's the main set of characters that was going on in our town, and people that were like, you know what I'm saying, doomsday preppers. It was a lot of doomsday preppers. It was a lot of people that had full blown like how do you say it, like compounds, like they collecting rainwater. You know what I'm saying? They got barrels upon barrels upon barrels of rainwater in their house, solar electricity. Like it was that kind of vibe. It was that kind of town. And then those kind of people. Then there were people that were ranchers. Then there were people that they family had land out there for years, never grew anything, but they just lived there and they always lived there, and that's just what it is. I feel like that's what it was about me working at the gas station. At first, like I can't like at first I didn't really want to do it, but at the same time I felt like it would be a good idea for me to kind of meet the other people in town. And because the lady that owned the gas station she was cool and she needed help because her kids were starting school that year. So but I feel like it was a good thing because a lot of the people in town were like, who is this? Oh, she's new and we got to see what she's about and what does she have going on and dot, 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 dot. You know what I'm saying? Because people in small towns, they always want to know what's the tea, what's the hype. And they always trying to figure out if somebody is coming to the town trying to disturb their peace, or are they trying to find peace, or, you know what I'm saying, somewhere in between. That's how it felt. That's how I felt. But we had some good times. For the most part, it wasn't as bad. I've heard of some people having some very stressful experiences moving off grid though. Oh, that's so nice. That was a very weird comment. That's so nice. You brought them a gift card and jams and jellies. I will be so delighted. I hope they weren't the ones that tried to come on your property and steal your deer. Now I know out in East Texas, oh, you said they weren't the ones. Well, that's good. But I know out in East Texas, they go out there like they actually like it when people go out and hunt because the wild boar are like outrageous. I think one year that'll be fun. My hand itching too. That'll be fun one year to Go see about the wild boar. Give me a couple of them and take them to a butcher and see how much bacon and you know what I'm saying, sausage and links or whatever I can get for a year. I think that would be fun. My hand itching. That might be a good idea. The way my hand just started itching. That'll probably be so much fun, yo. I gotta find me some friends or a boo thing that like, you know what I'm saying, going out there and doing stuff like that. You were processing yourself. Hell yeah. But they do that for sure. They do that a lot in East Texas. I don't know if you seen the what is the name of that show? It was on Netflix. It was about the I think it's called Honey Wives. It's like a show on Netflix about wives, like housewives in East Texas. Man, I would pay someone to do it because I don't know how to do it myself. That's my reason. Unless I meet somebody that do, or I end up marrying somebody that do, either make a friend or marry somebody that know how to process the meat, then we gonna have to go to a trusted butcher and get them and pray that they get everything right and do it. And you know what I'm saying? You would love to be a housewife. But that's what that show is about. It's about the housewives out in East Texas. They have all the acres upon acres and the big old houses. You said you kind of are, but you still have to work. Man, that's for the most part what was going on when I lived off grid. Most of the women that stayed out there were housewives, except for I would say about three people. You say you love seeing me laugh. I like to laugh. I don't like being in a sad mood. You said this is Northern Minnesota comedy. But for the most part, a lot of the women out there, they don't, you know what I'm saying, they stay at home and take care of the house and garden and cook and etc. Now on that show, for the most part, they sit at home and they do some cooking and they do some taking care of home, but for the most part, they sip wine and sit around and kick up mess all day. Now I don't know if that's how they really are, but that's how they picture them to be on the show. You say you do all of that at work for money, baby. It's an interesting show. I guess, but I liked it. I don't know if they're gonna come back with another season. They may have already. Let me look it up. I'm curious. I wonder if they're gonna come up with another season of that show. Oh yeah, they are gonna have a second season, and the filming has already ended, but they haven't said when a premiere date is gonna be. Oh, I'm gonna have to get Netflix again. But I like it. It's cool. That's the show. It's really cute. They even have a day where all the wives get together and go out and hunt. Baby, they even have an episode where they all get together and go hunting and get lit. They start drinking and doing all kind of crazy stuff. They have a ball. I wonder what the second season is going to be about. You said drinking all day because they can. Okay, spoiled. Baby, I aspire. I hope my next husband. I hope the next person I marry have me drinking all day, being spoiled. Just walking around like what? Dang! I think it's a Migos song. He say his wife walk around like she Kris Jenner. I aspire to be living my life in such a way. Baby. My little cayenne pepper plant that popped back together without me. Oh, I saw one of the leaves. Have you ever sat outside and watched like when your plants get all like when they're drained and their leaves are exhausted and they pop back into place? Have you ever watched it? Oh, another one. One of the leaves just did it. Ah, did you move just for me? Oh, I mean, working with patients isn't a bad thing. You say you love your place, you do the same thing. I love it when they do that. When they go out of a bad mood and they just pop back into place and now they're happy again. It just, oh. But I can understand that. I mean, due to the fact you work remotely, so that is cool. It's kind of like it is, but it isn't. I don't know because I don't want to take away the fact that you do work, but simultaneously you get to work from home. So I guess it's kind of you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, when you at work, you at work. You know what I'm saying. So I get it. And due to the fact that I'm working from home right now, like I guess I understand because you do have to actually like it's sometimes I feel like it can be hard to focus when you work from home because you really have to focus and not get distracted from your job and that can be hard sometimes. But I love plants. I'm kind of confused because I know some of these is beans, but I'm wondering if some of these are peas that I confused as beans. I know the next year I am not growing my peas and my beans right next to each other because that was a big no no. I'm gonna ask AI and I probably need to take the corn out of there. You said you've been doing it for 6 years and you'll never go back in ever. I completely understand. Oh yeah, these are definitely beans. They are just so small. Why? So small. I think I might have picked them too early. You get to look at the water in the backyard, call patients, and listen to them talk. Oh, that's cool. That's cool too. That does sound cool. You cooked food the other day. You processed corn. Oh, it's not letting me add a picture. Dang it. Hey, what's up, Rockin'? That's cool. That does sound like a cool job. Felt like something was up out here. I cannot tell if these are beans or peas. They have to be peas. You see them? They have to be peas because they're not. I think I need to freeze these. I think I need to freeze them. They're so sticky. I don't think these are beans. I'm not sure. And you just document what they said. That's cool. You said it's hard to see with my nails. I'm sorry. Why do y'all keep coming out here? Okay, and hating on my nails, bro. And that's not for you, Hannah. That was somebody else said I could take somebody's life with these nails, bro. Why are y'all constantly out here talking about my nails? But I don't know. I'm gonna show up again. I'll see you. They so small. No, I'm not talking about you. Somebody else. And it wasn't only one person. About 3 different people came out here talking about my nails that I'm not understanding. Said they're beans. Okay. So should I let these dry out or should I don't know what to do with them. Because they are not what I was expecting at all. I have no idea what to do with these beans. This one feels like it's firming up. Some of them are firmed up on the inside, but some of them are kind of like mushy. I know something been eating them because if I leave them on the vine too long, they end up either they are sticky. They end up either disappearing because you said eat one. The mushy ones are immature. The mushy ones are immature. Yeah, I'm not doing very well at growing those bees. The other ones are doing good, but those was, I don't know. I'm still kind of confused about the bees. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to somebody else because one person asked me, how do I clean myself with my nails? Another person said that I could hurt somebody with my nails. And then I think another person said something about cleaning myself. Or how do I move with my nails being this long? I'm just so sick and tired of people coming out here talking about my nails, Daggy. I ain't talking about you not being, you said something valid. You couldn't see them because my nails are long. You said leave some for you. Snip a little of both ends and eat one. Yo, Jack Russell eats beans daily. I wish I had a dog. I see this is the point in time right now. Now that I have a garden doing like this here, it will be the perfect time for my son to still have his rabbit. But due to the fact that he didn't want to care for it anymore, and I kind of wasn't worried about it, so I just feel like it's best that the rabbit went to somebody else. But you know what I'm saying? I feel like that rabbit would have been felt like it was in heaven in this garden. It would have been having cucumber leaves and beans and all kind of stuff to snack on all day. Man, that's why I be telling y'all, yo, I'm still learning. I am still learning. I am still trying to learn how to garden. You said it would have ate everything. It probably would have been so happy. That thing used to get happy when I would order some grocery, order it like little carrots and romaine lettuce and stuff. Like I used to order his stuff, little vegetables for it to snack on, and it would come every time I would walk up to the every time I walk up to the refrigerator, it will be at my feet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nibbling on my feet and kissing on my feet. Like, give me a snack. Give me a snack. Yo, Jack Russell called a chipmunk. Oh, that's so cool. Caught him in the beans. See, I don't know. That's why I was gonna say I feel like something is eating the beans. Because the last time I showed y'all the beans, I was like, I'm gonna leave them on here because they look small. The next time I went and watered over there, the ones that were there aren't there anymore. So I was like, wait, is something been eating the beans? And I seen a few of them had dried off and fell. But for the most part, all the ones that were there are not there anymore. So it might be the birds. I don't know if the cats, I don't think cats eat beans. You know what I'm saying? So I think it may be the birds that are flying down and getting the beans, which once again, I don't mind because I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to cook them. I might put them in my salads or something. That might be a good thing to do with it. I will have pickles. I might. I don't know what it would look like. Once again, this is my first time making beans. You said stand back, sir. Okay. You talk about running through my mind all the time. I just ignored it. You said cheers, click, click. Okay. So AI is telling me that I should pick all the little beans off and let the plant chill. You said Percy's being weird. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, because I feel like the ones that I have now, I don't even know what I would do except throw them in a salad. But you know what I'm saying? If I was gonna do that, I could do that with these beans. I feel like these beans are my winners. The asparagus beans right now, they are like really thriving in this Texas heat. And my other beans, I'm gonna have to like create shade for them. And the only way I can think of doing that is by taking like maybe one of the boards or one of the pieces from my old greenhouse and putting it in front of it so it can have some shade. Because that's the only thing I can think of doing. And it also says I need to give them water in the morning. Okay, the long beans are really like thriving and they finna give me, I'm finna have, you know, saying beans for soup and red beans and rice and all kind of stuff. So I really do love the long beans. They really doing that thing. Okay. I feel like that's the best I can do. I am trying to figure out what plants grow the best out here too, because 9 out of 10 I'm gonna end up somewhere in Texas. 9 out of 10 somewhere near Houston, Texas. So I feel like the asparagus beans are winners. Like one strand literally gives so many little beans in it. This one have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, about 12 beans from one pod versus these other beans was just like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. You gotta look for them. Go on Amazon. On Amazon they have them. Now the packet that I purchased, they were supposed to be red, but they're growing out green. But apparently they can come they can either grow green or red. They're climbers. They climb, they get really big, like cucumbers. They get really big. So you have to have something for them to climb up on, and they're gonna climb and grow like crazy. They are so I love them. I really do. You say you need some. I love them. I feel like they are awesome. I don't know. I might have to, if I do plant some more beans, some more of the other varieties of beans, I'm gonna have to put them in a shaded spot. I'm gonna have to put them in a shaded spot because they not liking that spot. It look like soon I'm gonna have some I forgot. Let me see. What are they called? Brown cherries. I can't wait to taste them and see what they taste like. I think that would be perfect. A cattle panel fish trellis. I really just took some tomato cages and stretched them out and just like I put like 3 layers of it on top of the big pot that they're growing out of, and they are just wrapping themselves around it like perfectly. I think that'll work. I think that'll work for them because they definitely love to grow. I look at my little cucumber. You all the way over here, girl. That's my lucky plant. I love it. I love it because this is my first year growing any type of beans and they actually sprouted. Last year I tried and I couldn't get any beans to grow. And this year everything sprouted and it's awesome. But the asparagus beans are really kind of winning they winning the race when it comes to, yeah, they winning the race when it comes to the beans. They are really like giving me a lot, like harvest after harvest after harvest, like crazy. And I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. They do love the heat though. Your man loves the longer beans. Asparagus beans are so cool. They really are. I think it's about. You said next June? Yeah, for sure, for sure. And start them inside early, and they love the heat. They gon' shoot, but they get big like fast. We in August, and I planted them around the end of May or June, so they are gonna give like a lot of beans. Oh, I love hummingbirds. They are so cute. Oh, they are the cutest. It is. You don't store beans inside. I can understand that because they really don't like being moved. Now with mine, I did. I started them inside the greenhouse. The first green, the other green, well, it's not my first, but the other greenhouse I had, I started the beans inside and then I moved them to a bigger container, which I felt like that container, oh, my eyes are itchy. Oh, I moved them from the container that I started them in to the outside bed, but I noticed that they didn't like the sun beaming down on them, so I moved them to the container they're in now, which is deep, so it has more soil. I also added what is it? I mixed cow manure, um, potting soil, and I also mixed it with what is the other thing? I forgot what it's called. Oh, I forgot the other thing that I mixed it with. But I mixed three different types of soil together and they are like really loving it. Thank you. I was trying. Ooh. I can't wait until I start getting some tomatoes, man. I think my volunteer tomato plant, I don't know if it's going to give me tomatoes or not. It looks like it's trying the fruit. I think I'm going to make some banana fertilizer tomorrow. I might either tomorrow or Monday. It depends. And thank you. I really appreciate it because I've been struggling. Thank you. I've been struggling with a few things this year. Thank you. I have though. It looked like I might be getting some cucumbers soon. They look like they got fertilized, so hopefully they're gonna I'm gonna be able to taste the Armenian cucumber within either this month, the end of this month, or next month. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait. My peppers look happy. And hopefully my jalapeno that is on the plant right now is about to, it looks like it's turning red. So I'll be able to pick it and then give all the plants nutrients so they can give me some more. You said I'm really good at it. I'm working on it. I'm trying. I don't want to say I'm an expert, but I am trying. I feel like I am what is it? Intermediate. I feel like I'm intermediate. I'm not at expert level though, but I'm trying to get there. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all make my heart feel so wonderful. Because I really have been trying with my little garden. And I'm happy I read, said I did try to read up on gardening before I came back to Houston. That's what I was doing in the library, reading up and trying to figure out everything that the plants, especially the plants I want to grow, like cucumbers, tomatoes, which is wild. You know what I'm saying? The tomato, hopefully my tomatoes come through for me. And you know what I'm saying? But I read up on all the plants I wanted to grow. I wrote notes on them. So hopefully everything is going to work out. It seems like it is so far because I have been actively able to eat from my garden. The lizards seem to like it here. Little lizard, they are so cute. A little teenage lizard doing push-ups, y'all. They are just too cute. You said you'll never be at expert level. I feel like expert level is once you are creating new plants, once you have created a whole new species, like, you know what I'm saying? The people that like sit around and they take years out of their time creating the perfect pepper and creating the perfect cucumber and creating the perfect, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the person that created the avocado tree that we all are growing. Like, I feel like they are expert level, bro. I feel you. I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? Growing up Amish, I can understand why. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all probably did things. Y'all do things a certain way. But I feel like from my perspective, a lot of people that I know, as far as like they not really, you know what I'm saying, really too concerned about me and my garden. They probably feel like I'm crazy. I know, but I still feel like that is like that is a whole different level of gardening when you can create a whole new species of a fruit. Like that is a you really doing something. That's an expert level. Like that's wild to me. I feel like that is so cool. And y'all already know, what I'm saying? I'm a little nerd. So I did, in fact, look up the fact that we are all, everybody that decides to grow an avocado tree is basically growing the same tree that one person created years ago. I feel you. I love it. I love gardening though. It's so cool. It's so cool. And it's so peaceful. That is so true. I feel you. I feel like I'm, what I'm saying? Even once I start, I have all gray locks. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna be saying, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert. I'm still gonna be saying the same thing. But I love it. I feel like it is a really cool hobby. Like it's one of my favorite hobbies. It's really rewarding to be able to taste different things. Cause I definitely once again I cannot wait to taste the red jalapeno that is about to grow from my plant. I bet I just know it's gonna be so good. Yeah, it is. It's so many different variables to it. And I feel like it takes a lot of patience. And I learned about patience when I started locking my hair up because when I first locked my hair up, baby, when I say it was not pretty, I felt like it was not cute at all. It was a situation where my locks got they went from long and they were like this at first, but you could see the two strand twist, and then it got thick, and they kind of got all wide, and then you know what I'm saying. Once they finished with that moment, it's like they got to like this. It took years for my hair to get the way I wanted it to get before I could even like add any kind of color to it. Yeah, that is one thing that I am starting to learn. And I feel like one thing that changed my garden this year is I really did put forth effort to invest in soil. I really, because I'm using the same pots. You say you listen, yeah, dreads take a long time, yo. It take years, but it really do. It take years. I've had locks in my head for about 7 years at this point. I don't want to lie. I think it's about 7 years. I could be wrong because I'm not looking at a date or anything, but I think I had my locks in for about 7 years. And it really did take a long time before they actually got to where I was comfortable with my hair being this way. But that's one thing that I'm learning about gardening. It is about patience because I've been waiting to taste the Armenian cucumber plant since before I put the seed in the ground. So I can't wait until the one little plant. Like I planted 4 different varieties of cucumbers. This plant that is spreading all over my greenhouse is the only plant that survived from those 4 different varieties. And I planted 2 of each variety, and this one plant is the only one that survived. And the fact that not only did it survive, but it's taking over this whole area. It is so amazing to me, and it's definitely took a lot of patience. You said since before I put the seed in the ground, I'm serious. I've been waiting so patiently. I am like literally my lettuce plant in the inside is about to go to seed, and I still haven't got my first cucumber. That's how long I've been waiting. But it's okay because we got kale and spinach that's gonna come up right after it. You know what I'm saying? But I just cannot wait until it finally, you know what I'm saying? You said you feel me. Baby, I cannot wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. You say you've been picking for days. I can understand, man. Well, I can understand. But I'm really patiently waiting on certain things to come. It's like other things are doing their thing though. So you know what I'm saying? Just like the asparagus beans definitely doing its thing. The basil is doing its thing. The lettuce been doing its thing. The cayenne pepper plant is fruiting like crazy. My jalapeno pepper plant it looked like it's about to get back to it. So it is a beautiful thing, and I am getting fruit from many of my plants, but I love it. I love it. And I feel like, every year I get better and I'm able to grow something new and surprise myself. And that's one of my favorite things about gardening. The big native bees y'all have, that is so cool. I feel like that's why I keep on looking away every time I see a different part of nature, because there are different kinds of bees out here. There are wasps out here, lizards out here. Somebody annoyingly running a vacuum outside for whatever reason out here. All kind of stuff going on outside. The cats be out here. You know what I'm saying? I love it. That's how I felt about the tomatoes at first. I was like, man, why my tomatoes ain't grow? But gladly, you know what I'm saying? The weather out here, we have an extended period. So you know what I'm saying? Try, and try again. We gonna keep on going until they grow. You gotta keep at it. But last year, I didn't have no peppers last year. I didn't have any cucumbers last year. I didn't have any carrots or well, I had little bitty carrots, little bitty radishes, little bitty carrots. I didn't have any beans. So I definitely didn't have corn. This is my first year growing corn. And it's my first year having beans grow for me, sprout and grow. So I've had a really, really, really awesome year. And you know what I'm saying? I may even get some fruit. We gonna see. We may even get us some ground cherries this year, which will be awesome. You know what I'm saying? So I really am going like having a really good year this year as far as my garden is going. I got some of the herbs that I wanted to grow. They still doing good. I got fenugreek and fennel and different varieties of basil to grow. So we gonna see. I may even my mint seems to be doing all right back here. It looked like my broccoli is fighting through the heat. So we gonna see. I might even have me some broccoli this year. I tried to grow some what is it called? Some Brussels sprouts. The Brussels sprouts was not gonna play with me or this heat. They literally they dipped. Your peppers didn't produce last year. Well, at first I can't say when I planted the seeds, they didn't do anything, and they haven't did anything for me like for years. I was only able to grow a cayenne pepper plant from seed one time, and that was a few years ago, and I had to do it in my hydroponics set. And I actually had to buy this plant. And I bought all my pepper plants. I had to buy them as like baby plants, and I just grew them up to this size, and now they're fruiting. So I guess I cheated with the pepper plants. I cheated, so don't feel bad. You said Brussels sprouts are not easy, man. They completely I feel like they gave me the finger. That's what the Brussels sprouts gave me the finger on their way out. Yeah, it is, man. You never know, okay? I feel like what's his name? Likes a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. But my pepper plants, baby. But then when I was with my second husband in third ward, I literally took a piece of a jalapeno pepper and put it in the soil, and it grew. Like it grew just like that with no problem, no fuss, no nothing. This year I could not get it. Like, and last year I could not. And it's like I said, you know what? F this. I'm buying a plant. I am determined to have a pepper plant this year. And I bought 3 pepper plants and I've gotten fruit off of 2 of them. My third one, I don't know if it's gonna give me fruit this year or not. I hope it does. Um, it did grow some fruit, but something else, I think a caterpillar got to it before I could. So that sucks. But we'll see. You said there were mature pepper seeds in a jalapeno, possibly, but it sure did grow, and I did that with raspberries too. From and wildly, me and my ex, we got those raspberries from a church that you know how churches give out food. We got some raspberries, and he ate most of them, but the ones that went bad, I decided to throw them in the soil and see if they grew, and they literally grew. They just grew. Like it's like I don't know what it was. Every time I would just plant something in our little garden, it would grow. It was like I literally had so much going on in my garden in Third Ward. I had a lemon tree. I had my squash, even though I'm growing squash this year too. My squash is doing good too, y'all. It's back here ducked off, getting big. I had a squash plant. I had a lemon tree. I had a cayenne pepper plant, a jalapeno pepper plant, and I forgot the other kind of. I had another kind of pepper plant, but I don't remember what it was. Raspberry plant, strawberry plant. I had different kinds of lettuce. Like I had a whole stack, like of the stackable, like these, the stackable planters of different kinds of lettuce and salad greens going. I had everything going on. Tomatoes, dang. Tomatoes were growing. You said you seen it. Oh, you see my squash? Oh yeah, you did say that. You said you saw my squash. Yes, my squash is doing this thing back here. Hopefully I have me some squash soon. Some patty. I think it's called patty cake squash. I think I'm gonna try to use it. Now I looked up a recipe where you can make I think it's patty cake squash and you like put like you bake it and you put different seasonings and shrimp and stuff like that inside of it, and it like you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna try that, and I'm also thinking about making some spaghetti sauce with it if I get tomatoes to grow. You said don't stop gardening. I'm gonna try my best not to. I love it. I love it. If I have anything to do with it, I'm gonna carry on gardening. I really do. I love it. It really brings me peace. It, you know what I'm saying? It keeps me calm and keeps me from going on a angry rampage. No, I don't have zucchini. I have zucchini seeds, but I haven't grown any zucchini because honestly, I don't like once again something I don't even know what I would do with it. I'll probably do the same thing I'm gonna end up doing with the squash, either making spaghetti sauce or trying to look for a new recipe that I've never tried before and see if I like it. Now I can say I had a friend in high school. I spent the night over her house and her mom made zucchini and it was so good. Okay. I can't believe they let you comment that. But sit, baby. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Are you from England? What part of England you from? Baby, people don't understand how calming gardening is. It is like, it's therapeutic in its own way. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it doesn't replace actually talking to a person. But sometimes, you know what I'm saying? No matter how much you talk to people, even if you are in therapy, you know, like, I don't know. Sometimes we could be, you know what I'm saying, go through different kinds of trauma. The city of Leeds. Oh, that's cool. You said it's a funny meme with an old lady. I completely and wholeheartedly understand that meme. But seriously, yo, because sometimes you know what I'm saying, you done went through whatever kind of trauma and you trying to get over it. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like gardening, even if it's just coming outside and tending to your plants a little bit is so calming and so relaxing, and it keeps you from going off on people over the most ridiculous things. I'm from Houston. I am from Houston, Texas. Like these little leaves right here. I got you. I got you, babe. They started to turn yellow. That one just came out. You say you just go to the garden. Okay. Grab you a drink, go to the garden, have a seat, and chill. Thank you. I try to be. I try to be happy and content. Woo. It do look like a garden from a fairy tale book. It's so cute. You smoke in your garden, but you don't drink. Man, I am completely and wholeheartedly doing what Jody's mama said she was gonna do on Baby Boy. She said, "This is where I'm gonna exist right here with my chair and my table, and I'm gonna have my drink, and I'm gonna have got my ashtray going, and this is where I'm gonna sit and relax and mind my business, yo." I feel it. You say you don't tend the drink, you tend to the garden. I feel you. I try to do a little bit of both. I try to do a little bit of both. Now I can't think. I kind of allow my plants to grow and do whatever it is that they're gonna do because that's what they naturally do. But simultaneously, I do step in, like I just did for this plant because some of the leaves were starting to turn yellow, and it's no need in those leaves still being on there and draining it. You say you can't do it. I try to get rid of any leaves that may be causing the plant stress or taking away too much energy from the plant. Obviously, we got to harvest. And you know what I'm saying? Certain plants where you have to germinate or something like that. And when I have to add nutrients and stuff like that and watering, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I like to sit out here and relax. Or your coffee get cold. I feel you. Now I don't sit out here and sip on my tea. I used to do that when I had my trailer though. I used to. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's certain times in my day when I really want to be alone. And for whatever reason, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It seems like every time I come back here, somebody is outside. And I don't mind right now because I'm all the way awake. And you know what I'm saying? I'm used to it. But early in the morning, when I say I want to be alone, I want to be alone. And I don't want it to be a situation where you didn't came outside just because I'm outside. I do not need you watching me. I don't want you watching me. I don't want to be alone. And because of that, it's certain times where I'd rather, I would go in the garage just to have the peace of knowing that ain't nobody sitting up staring at me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like it. I don't. I don't. I'm not privy of that at all. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to grab my other building. Dang it. I didn't knock them. Okay, I got it. But seriously, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I really just, you know what I'm saying? I just go my little piece. That's the whole, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say that's the whole point of me gardening, but it is a big part of it. And you know what I'm saying? Obviously, if somebody is sitting outside watching me and trying to, what is she doing over there? Why is she out there? And why is this? And what, man, if you don't mind your own business, bro, I'm not in your backyard. I don't want nothing that you have over there. It ain't like I'm some random person in the backyard. I'm in the backyard. I stay over here. What are you talking? You get mad when people drive slower than other cars there and you don't have internet. Man, I understand that struggle. You say you don't have internet out there. I completely understand. Now I do. Okay, regardless if the Wi-Fi is working or if my phone, you know what I'm saying, my own phone connection has to cut on. I do have internet outside or in the house. Now, when I was staying off grid, low key, my phone internet would work better when I was outside than when I was inside the trailer. Ooh, ooh. But I can understand that. But due to the fact that I drive a scooter, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, I kind of go slow on both of them. The one that's actually working right now goes slower than original. But the plus part is I don't have to drive it on the street. So, you know what I'm saying? Regardless if that's a plus to me or to other people on the road, I can drive on the sidewalk, you know what I'm saying? And not have to worry about it. I just got to pull over if somebody is walking. I guess depending on if they gon' like what they gonna do, because some people will literally will step to the side for me. But for the most part, I'm not trying to be rude, so I will pull over if I see somebody walking. I ain't gonna run nobody over. God dang, rest. Trying to take over the garden. Whew. But I do understand because when I'm in the car, I like to fly. I can't stunt. I drive kind of fast. If I have the choice to do it, so I will be zooming. Okay, that's probably why I was doing so good at my job when I had a car. You know what I'm saying? Be delivering people food before it was expected. But on my scooter, it may be a little late. On my scooter, it might be a little late, y'all. I think I might need to switch microphones. I don't know if my mic is still working. Is my mic still working? It's still lit. Okay, Tim. What it say it is. Ooh, my hair is itching. Oh, you said you hear me? Okay. Because I got a backup. I got two other ones. I got three little microphones. And they all charged. So if we got to switch, you know what I'm saying? We can switch to the other one. He said you had to regroup. Oh, I understand. I completely understand that. Restroom breaks are necessary, yo. They are. I know I am so tired, y'all. But I feel like I had me a good little weekend. Oh, look at the little baby lizard. They are just so cute. And it's just sitting here holding on to the little leaf. And it's just so cute. And just jump down there. I cannot believe these dang things literally just come out the womb, able to move around and hunt and just do whatever. Like they're just already ready for the full cell of life. That's wild. They're interesting. You say you love it. I do too. They are just so cute. They really are. I wonder when. Oh, I got a bell pepper flower. Let me dangle it around a little bit. I want some bell peppers. I want some bell peppers. Come on, baby. And now I see why I got my bike because somebody outside blasted music. But I know y'all ain't gonna be able to hear it because my mic is in. You said nature is wild. For real, for real. That is so cool though. But I had to look it up because I was curious. I was like, dang, I keep on seeing the baby lizards, but they mamas be done dipped off. They don't even need no mama. They already they know exactly what to do and how to do it. They just go about their business. And I don't know if they see me as, I guess not. Because I guess if they saw me as their mom, they would come up to me. You said when yours come in, you're going to be emailing me when your lizards come in. You said it happens. Oh, that is so cool. They come in the house, or you just saying come in the garden? They really are cute. They're just so cute. It's like the mamas just drop their kids off and dip. You say yeah, they do. I guess they go to make more little baby lizards. They go and create more little baby lizards. Y'all don't have any lizards there? Man, there's lizards everywhere. I can say I feel like I have more lizards than I can count on my hands outside in my little greenhouse. I have like the peppers. They do love the pepper plants though, cause they hang out on the pepper plants and they hang out on the cucumber plants. They like both of them, but they be on both sides and they be outside in the plants too. They be on the asparagus beans. Sometimes they don't be on the plants. I see them on the fence, on the porch. They just be hanging out everywhere around here. I see them so much. And before I was gardening like this, I feel like I didn't see them outside, at least not at my mom's house like that. Now I will see them in the front yard because she does have plants in the front yard too. Like me and my son's father bought her the rose bush, and then we got her. It's like these purple plants that we got her. You said they eating the bugs, yeah. They are feasting. I feel like they kind of just like stay here because they're able to just, which I don't mind because they are getting rid of the bugs that I don't want out here. So they are absolutely welcome to feast on all the bugs that they can. The frogs too, because I know they take over the night shift. When the lizards go to sleep, the frogs be out. The frogs start hunting when the lizards go to sleep. So they are both very much so welcome to do their thing out here. I don't mind it. So now I'm curious, what plants, what animals do y'all have that eat the bugs out there? I know, but what eats the aphids and the mosquitoes? That's what the lizards are eating. They eating the aphids and the mosquitoes. What do y'all have that eat them? Yeah, I've seen a few dragonflies. I've seen like some small ones though, not big ones. I saw them the other day after it rained. I haven't seen none since though. That was my first time seeing dragonflies. It rained for a couple days and I saw a few dragonflies in the garden, but I haven't seen them back. They eat bugs too. They don't really be out here that much. I mostly have lizards. It's two different kinds of lizards that are out here. I have two different kinds of wasps. Like I've seen about three different kinds of bees and flies, like three different kinds of flies. You said birds and the weather. Yeah, they don't like the cold. Oh my goodness. And I have seen, I remember when I was younger seeing dragonflies that big. When I was in high school, I will never forget because we were I was at dance practice and we were doing our kicks, kick, kick, kick. I don't know if y'all have dance team, like drill dance team out there. I know it's a kind of a Texas thing to do the kick line. Baby, we had to practice those kicks for weeks. And tons of frogs. And yeah, we have a lot of frogs and toads. Oh, look at the little lizard. It's so cute. It's doing its push-ups. But it was this huge dragonfly that kind of flew in the middle of us while we were doing our kicks. And it flew towards one of the girls on the dance team. And she started running from it. That was the biggest dragonfly I ever seen. I don't know what it was after or why it came over. I guess because we smelled like, maybe it felt like we smelled like flowers or something, because it definitely came over there into our group and started flying around us. She said, no, this is hillbilly country. Man, that don't mean nothing. I'm from Texas. So I ain't trying. But we do have a thing. We have like but it's like part of football season. I don't know. I guess we have a whole different. Y'all just have the cheer team. Man, we had the cheer team, the dance team, which is what I did. We had the flag team, and we also like we used to have baton girls. Hey, what's up, Rocker? But they stopped the baton girls. But I was on the dance team, and our dance teacher and bats at night. Oh, now we have bats. We do have bats. I've seen bats. On when I used to stay over on Braeswood, I used to see bats. But we had to do like the line kicks. I don't even know how to. Yeah, I used to be on a dance team in high school. Okay, I have to specify that. I wasn't a stripper. I was on a dance team in high school, and we used to have a kick line, like, and we had to practice our kicks for hours, upon days, upon weeks during the summer. That's what I spent my summer doing, being at school, dancing. You was on the flags and a baton. Oh, that's cool. Now I had a baton because that's what I wanted to do when I got to high school. But once I got to high school, they didn't have the baton team. They only had the dance team. So I had to choose. I had a friend that was a cheerleader that was going to try out for cheerleading, and a friend that was trying out for dance. And I didn't know which one I was going to do. But my friend that was trying out for dance ended up telling the dance teacher that I was trying to figure out which team I wanted to join. And I was already in a dance class, and the dance teacher was like, Tim, you gotta come and you gotta be on the dance team. Why are you trying to leave me? And she gave me a full blown, like, when I say a lecture about how I should join the dance team. And I ended up joining the dance team. And by the time I graduated, me and her didn't even like each other anymore. Which is so funny because the whole time I was her student before I joined the dance team, me and her got along like this. After, I don't know what in the world, like, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like she would be picking on me for no reason. And you said even if I was a working girl, you wouldn't judge. I understand. If I was one, I wouldn't be ashamed, but I wasn't. So I'm not going to sit up here and claim to be something that I'm not. I was never a stripper. But I was, baby, that dance scene, them kicks, like the way we had to practice the kicks, and we had to practice the straight leg kicks, the swirl leg kicks, the up in the air and jump into a split kicks. We had to practice kick. I can still hear her voice. And you know what I'm saying? Kick. That was what my summer was. Oh, it used to be so bad. You said dance team it is, okay? I can still hear her kick, again. Oh, summer. we end up, you know what I'm saying, summer be over, we get to school, and you know what I'm saying, feel like we didn't even get no summer break because we've been at the school the whole summer long with her practicing. Okay, practicing with weights on our ankles. Not only did we have to kick over and over and over again for weeks on end, we had weights on our ankles. Okay. And then she took it personal because she was on the dance team when she was in high school. When she was in high school, she was on the dance team and she did the same thing. So when we would complain, she would be like, I'm not trying to hear it. I went through the same thing and dot 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 dot. She would take us through memory lane about how she was on the dance team. She did the same thing. You said no, what about defense stuff? Okay. Man, it was exhausting, yo. But I can't stunt. I loved it though. I did. I loved like football season it was everything. You know what I'm saying? We had I don't even know how to explain it. I guess like we had our little seats like on the movie Drumline, how they had the dancers sat in the stands and they all sat together in their outfits and they had to sit like we had to do the same. We had to sit a specific way. We had like chairs that we had to sit on, blankets for when it was cold. We had snacks. Somebody mama had to bring snacks. We had to walk in a line, and when we walked in a line, we had to walk on our tippy toes. And you know what I'm saying? We would walk in a straight line on the field. And you know, it was cool. It was, we had to wear loud makeup. That's the reason I started wearing lashes, because you can't see, baby. She will be like, we can't see your faces we can't see your eyes, so you have to put lashes on because nobody can see your eyes from the field, on the field from the stands. You gotta wear lipstick. You have to wear loud blush and all that, man. It was a lot. You said stay tuned for more company from Northern Minnesota. You said it sounds like a cult. Baby, I can see it, you know what I'm saying? I still have I had my cowboy boots for the longest time, but I do have this little, what is it called, like a vase, and it's like shaped in a cowboy boot, and it's white just like our boots were that we wore on the field. We wore white cowboy boots, little black skirts. We had a little sparkly vest. Our little leotards, we had to have tights, and baby, we had a little sparkly cowboy hat, a little sparkly pom poms. It was cute. It was cute, I guess. But I was like, kind of, I ain't know what to choose. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I almost was a cheerleader. Now, you know what I'm saying? Because like my cousin, like the one that I was closest to, she really was my play cousin. But the one she was a cheerleader. And I remember we finally played her school my senior year. And it was like our last football game that we played her school. And she told her cheer team to come over to our side, and she did a cheer for me and said hey to me. It was so sweet. You said, of course, I'm from Texas. Yeah, we had the cowboy boots and the cowboy hats. Our team was called what we called the Rangerettes. That was our dance team name. But the football team name was the Redskins, and they eventually changed it to I think it's called the Texans or the Rangers. It's either the Texans or the Rangers now. But back then we were the Redskins, and the dance team was the Rangerettes. You said, of course, I'm from Texas. Okay, I spent many summers in the hot sun doing dance kicks for hours on end. Baby, it was cool though. And my dance teacher, she was passionate. It wasn't a situation where she was working at that job because she needed to. She was doing that job because that's what she really truly wanted to do. Her husband wanted her to be a housewife. She chose to come and be a teacher at that school and to be over the dance team because that was what she wanted to do with her time. She was serious. She was not playing with us. She was not playing with us at all, man. Everything had to be perfect. We was, baby, pirouette over and over and over again. But I feel like at the same time, ain't nothing wrong with that. But you know what I'm saying? Baby, sometimes it was tough. You know what I'm saying? We already had a little other stuff going on. And my senior year, for sure, because I was on a dance team. I was in a choir. I was the president of my sorority. I was in a party group. Like I was, party promoter. I had like all type of stuff going on my senior year. Then on top of that, I was trying to be supportive of my friends and what they had going on. I had friends that were in ROTC, friends that were in theater, friends that were in, you know what I'm saying, different things. And I was trying to be there for them and carry on with everything. And I had a job. Doing all of that. You said the hardest team to cheer for is the Cowboys. And I know what you're talking about because they had a whole like a show for the Cowboys cheerleaders. I used to watch that show. I know what you're talking about. Low-key, I think my dance teacher went to try out for one of the teams. I don't know if she ever played for one or not, but that's another thing that she wanted to do. She wanted to teach dance, but she also wanted to dance for a professional team. And I think she actually did try out for one. Now, I don't know if she did it or not because, one, I didn't keep up with her like that because, like I said, by the time I graduated, me and her were beefing. And for two, I know she started having kids while I think either my junior or senior year, she started having kids. So she might not have carried on with that. I'm not sure. I don't know if she did. I remember for one of our competitions, she wasn't able to come because she was in labor. And that's the only reason she didn't come, baby. She was trying to be there, pregnant and all. And the baby said, no, I'm coming first. Baby. Whew. But it was fun though. I can't say it was fun being on the dance team. It was fun being involved in all that stuff, period. So I'm interested in seeing what my son is gonna choose to do with his school time, what he gonna do, what activity he's going to go towards. And yeah, she was out on leave so she could have her baby. She could have her little baby. And then once she came back, she started bringing her baby with her. He was cute. He was a cutie pie. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be mean just because me and her ain't like each other. She did have a cute little baby. Yeah. I think she was just strict. I think her problem with me was that she felt like I should have took it more seriously than I did. But in my mind, it was never a thing where I was trying to be a professional dancer. I just enjoyed dance, and you know what I'm saying? It was something that I was doing while I was in high school. It was never my perspective that I was going to be a professional dancer. If you were in one extracurricular, you were in all of them. Sheesh. Now I don't know about that, but I guess I could see that because it's like I would say when we would go to competitions and talk to other dancers, they would ask us why we didn't dance with our band because we would, and what do they call it? The flag girls asked us that too, because we would do our dance like right before we would perform before they did. And it's like sometimes they would play for us, but still we didn't dance with them. Like it would be two different performances. We would dance and then we would leave the field and we would stand there and watch them perform, and then we would all walk off the field. And they were like, why y'all don't dance with us? And I don't know. I guess our dance teacher just didn't think. I feel like, I don't know if she felt like it was too much or if it would be a situation where we would have to learn extra. I guess because we would have to learn a whole different performance. I'm not sure why she did that. But I also had friends that played basketball that were like, dang, y'all don't come to the basketball games. But typically during the basketball games, we would be practicing for competition, so we wouldn't even be able to go to the basketball games and dance for them. Dang. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Now I understand what you're saying. Nah, we didn't do basketball season. I never got to go to a basketball game, which actually sucks because, like I said, I had friends on the basketball team, and I was the type of person I would try my best to be supportive of my friends and whatever they had going on. But I could never make it because we always had practice during basketball season because she really wanted us to do well at competition, and you know what I'm saying? I can't say she did her thing. She is the reason that we started to get trophies. Like, and the last time I went up there, which it hasn't been years, but you know what I'm saying? We got a whole trophy case now. But like at first, nothing. You know what I'm saying? It was like once she decided to take over the dance team and she pushed us to be in competition, pushed us to start building up reputation and etc. We started winning trophy after trophy after trophy. And we really did start, you know what I'm saying? But we couldn't do both. We couldn't be at the basketball games dancing and simultaneously be ready for competition. So we couldn't do the basketball games. Your volleyball coach hated that you played basketball. Why? Man, I think these wasps trying to build a nest in here. They keep on flying around like they trying to scout out the place. Oh, yo, they wanted you to focus on volleyball. Larry, what you talking about? And only volleyball? I think that, yeah, I can see that. That's how my choir teacher was. She was kind of upset that I was on a dance team because I remember one time I had to go back and forth between choir and the dance team. I think we had practice on the same day as a choir concert. It was something. And I literally was going back and forth between the two. And I was so exhausted. I was so tired. I didn't know what to do with myself. But you know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do both. I didn't want to quit one for the other. I wanted to, I don't know. I love doing multiple different things, and it brought me joy. I really was mad that they didn't put me in art. That's what I asked for. It seemed like every class that I actually asked for, they didn't put me in it. I asked them to put me in French. They put me in Spanish. I think I said my first choice of language was it wasn't even French. It was Latin. Okay, my second choice was French, and they put me in Spanish. And then my first choice for extracurricular was art. The second choice was dance. And you know what I'm saying? You said that's what helped me to be a gardener, to grow many things. Yep, I can see that. Okay, because we was focused on having a bunch of different things going on at the same time. Because gardening, you definitely have to focus on a bunch of different things. I feel like some people that want to get into gardening don't understand that when I say it, and they feel like I'm playing and I'm BSing. But seriously, it like if you want to successfully garden, yo, you have to learn several different personalities because all the plants have different personalities. There were no choices, just Spanish. Man, we had choices. We had French, Latin, Spanish, and I think it was another language too, but I don't remember what it was. I really wanted to learn Latin. I really did. That was my first choice. I wanted to learn Latin, but they did not. I don't know why they did. They made me so mad. And then the people that I know that actually got approved for Latin didn't even want Latin. They wanted to take Spanish. And I was like, why in the world would they not put people in the class? Like, you know what I'm saying? I was mad. I was like, dang, we should switch. But I guess it is what it is because I can understand it a little bit. You did. You said squirrel. Where? But I was like, dang, baby, we should switch, y'all. But it's cool because, you know what I'm saying? I understand it a little bit. At this point, I understand Spanish. I understand Pig Latin. I think that's what it's called. Like broken the broken English of like what Nigerians speak, that broken English, and I can understand patois, which is like a Jamaican broken English. So I understand a few different languages at this point. We should have went and tried to switch. Possibly, man. Possibly, man. Ain't no telling, man. I don't know. I feel like at this point it is what it is. Baby, it's too little, too late. But I really wanted to learn Latin, and I wanted to learn. Oh, I'm sorry for yawning, y'all. I wanted to learn Latin because I wanted to read from the older manuscripts, and I know a lot of them are in Latin, so I wanted to learn Latin so I could read it. But it is what it is. You said more to come from the Northern Minnesota Comedy Show. Baby, at this point, it is what it is. I ain't even tripping no more. We then went and graduated, and that's just that. Oh, you would ask them, you would ask people if they wanted to switch with you. I feel like that's smart. I feel like something that fell off my eye. Maybe I'm tripping. I really feel like something is missing because I don't have no lashes. And that also because most medical terms are from Latin. That is another reason. And I did originally want to go to college to be a nurse. I did. I wanted, that was my original thing. I wanted to go to PP and I wanted to major in nursing, but my mom never signed my paperwork for me to have FAFSA, so I had to go to work and pay cash to be a nursing assistant. And I got me a job at StaR's. saved up 2 paychecks and paid for my nursing assistant class. And I went to school for 2 months and passed my little course and started working as a nursing assistant. Yeah, I know, but now I'm all broken up. I wouldn't even be able to get through the course because my knee is messed up and both my ankles messed up. I can't even stand up for a long period of time at this point. Unless they gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying, let me slide. I would have to talk to them about that. If they would let me slide and not have to stand up throughout. You wish you would have never went to college. Why, baby? Don't say that because it was 8 years of your life. Man, sometimes you have to sacrifice to, you know what I'm saying, get your life to be where you want it to be at. I like, you know what I'm saying? I wish I would have, but at the same time, I would possibly not have some of the things that I want. They're not finna let you do nursing online. You have to be in person because you have to be in person for the clinical classes. I already looked into it. You gotta be in person for the clinical classes. And I remember I tried later on in life, once they allowed me to sign up for FAFSA on my own, I did try. But for most of the clinical classes, you have to stand and you have to be active and, you know what I'm saying, lifting and doing all that. I'm not gonna be able to do that. If I was able to do that, I would be working as a nursing assistant. And I know nursing assistants make more now. You know what I'm saying? I would probably be making a good amount of money now, but I can't do all that. I really can't. The most I will be able to do, even if I was to try to go to school to be an LVN, I still would have to do the clinicals, and a lot of the clinicals you have to move around a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about going back to school if I get my bike fixed. If I can figure out what's wrong with my dang bike. Do y'all know I went ahead and finally got that stator on there. I got it on there right. I finally got the old one off and got the new one on there right. And that ain't even what's wrong with it. I'm so dang bad. I don't know what to do with myself. Now I gotta buy two more parts because I know it's one of two things. And I'm just gonna replace both of them. And hopefully after I replace those two things, it's gonna work. That's true. That's true. I'm gonna have to look into it. Larry said, "I know that's right." Why you in the background of the conversation? Just talking about, I know that's right. I was thinking about going back to school for cosmetology, but I feel like that would be difficult because you got to stand up the whole day as a cosmetologist too. Yeah, I will have to look into it. She said, you just want to see me smile, keep having girl talk, you on mute." I feel you. Now, when I first started looking into being a nurse when I was in high school, that was my idea. I wanted to be well, not remotely, but I wanted to be a traveling nurse. I wanted to travel and do nursing at different hospitals. Oh my goodness, I hated the call center. I do have call center experience, but I hated it because I'm not, like, you know what I'm saying, as shocking as this may sound to you, I am a very how do you introverted person. it like used to give me panic attacks every time I had to call somebody at a call center. I used to work at a call center. I was at about three different call centers and I hated it. And I had one that wasn't that hard. It was like where I would call realtors and I would let them know that where they were meeting and who they were meeting. And at one time, I couldn't stand it because it's just something about me and being on. I don't like being around people. That's just like you know what I'm saying. I'm very introverted. I'm very shy. Why? Why you never did it? Well, you probably were in school. And you know what I'm saying? It'll make more sense for you to focus on school than to you know what I'm saying. But I am curious as to why you didn't work in a call center. But I do feel like the route that you took makes more sense. It makes more sense to go to school, even if you got to go to school for 8 years. And you know what I'm saying? Be able to live your life the way you want to is a beautiful thing. Versus, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I had to struggle for a long time because I wasn't able to go to college the way I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I would not be staying here. If I would have been able to go to college when I was supposed to go to college for 5.5 years, if I would have been able to go to college like I wanted to, baby, I would probably been and had my own little house, be ducked off somewhere, probably wouldn't have ended up dealing with nobody that would have gave me heartache, headaches, and pain. It would be completely different. But I guess it is what it is at this point. You did it for 5.5 years to work remotely. That's cool. You wanted to be a travel nurse, but you never did. That's what I wanted to be. I thought that was so cool to be able to travel and like go from place to place. I feel like that would be a cool job. Girl, I'm not finna play with you. Baby, that's how, man, my first job in nursing, I was like, baby, I stopped cold turkey. I stopped smoking as soon as I paid my money for nursing school, for CNA school. I stopped. And I stopped because, you know what I'm saying, I was dating this guy at the time. I was engaged and he was helping me. And he was like, look, we finna stop smoking. Because if somebody, you know what I'm saying, you meet somebody tomorrow and they give you a job opportunity and all you got to do is pass the test, you don't want to fail the test and lose that opportunity. And you know what I'm saying? I was like, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And that way, once we moved, we ended up moving to Dallas. Baby, as soon as I went and filled out an application, I got the job. You know what I'm saying? It was the highest paying job I had ever had. And you know what I'm saying? I was working doubles for a week straight and got the biggest check. I ended up making back every penny that I paid to go to CNA school and then some. So, you know what I'm saying? I was like, big. I was like, big. I wasn't even worried about smoking no more. I really wasn't. I do like money. I can't say. I'm not in love with money, but I like money to such an extent that I ain't finna let dog. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna let that come in between me and my money now. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. You said you did it too many times, baby. Bruh. You quit to get in the corporation that you in. That's good. That's good. Baby, I had a classmate that I was in shock and appallment. He like made it to the NFL and never played because he couldn't pass the drug test. I was like, are you serious, bro? You've got to be kidding me. This man came to school every single day with stacks of colleges wanting him to come and play for them, telling us how he was going to play in the NFL. Made it to the NFL and didn't do what he was like, you know what I'm saying, supposed to do because he couldn't stop smoking. Like, no, bruh, it ain't that serious. It ain't that serious. That's why I'm on a hiatus right now. I have no reason, to be honest, except the fact that I don't want to spend money on it. I don't have money for it right now. I could, you know what I'm saying? I could be on, you know what I'm saying, wigging out and trying to beg people to help me get mad. I'm not finna do that. I just can't afford it. And I'm not finna, it's not finna be a situation where I'm finna be wigging out like that over that. Like, I just can't do it. And I'm not finna lose out on no money, bro, just because that's crazy to me. I just feel like that's nonsense. I feel you. But I feel like that's where you at. You in a comfortable position right now where you can do what you want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I understand that. Me right now, I'm not in that position. I feel like I barely can afford to get vape pens and food on a daily basis. So I'm for sure not finna stress myself out about getting that. We can wait, you know what I'm saying? And once I'm at a comfortable position and I'm making enough money, then that's another story. But right now, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I can't say now. I may be, you know what I'm saying, a little more comfy and cozy. I may be calmer. I may be a little less irritated, but it is what it is. I feel you. It's nothing wrong with that. I feel like it's not staying in a small town is not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? I stayed in a small town before. To be honest, when I finally get my own, I might end up staying on the outskirts of Houston. But I just feel, a little nervous about that, especially after my fiasco at the trailer park. I'm tired. I don't want to be around no racist people. I really don't. And you know what I'm saying? I'll just be honest. I don't want to deal with that. But at the same time, I know everybody is not racist. So hopefully, prayerfully, I'm gonna end up somewhere around people that think like I do, that laid back and cool. You know what I'm saying? A little country town where I can mind my business and other people can mind their business, and we can all be in peace and harmony, yo. But you know what I'm saying? I do miss it, but at the same time, I feel like it's not to such an extent that I'm finna sit around and starve all day just so I can smoke. So you know what I'm saying? I just let it go for right now, just for now. You know what I'm saying? Just for now. But simultaneously, I know it's not like I have a job where I can't, but at the moment, I just feel like it doesn't make sense for me to. You said you don't want to play that game. It's okay. It's okay. I understand. Like I said, everybody ain't racist. I know everybody is not like that, yo. Everybody not. I met a lot of people that are absolutely delightful. But you know what I'm saying? It's just some people that I don't know what it is about them. I don't know what it is that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they grew up a certain way. Maybe their parents was racist and it caused them to be racist, or you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. Some people is just like that. But I refuse to believe that everybody have that going on with them. I really do. But you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what keeps me in a state where, you know what I'm saying, I still strive to have things in life and move on with my life. I just refuse to believe that everybody is on that. But at the same time, I'm just in a place in my life where I can't, because I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not legal to grow it here. So when it come down to it, I'm just gonna leave it alone for now until I can afford to carry on with it. But that have to be a situation where I can afford it myself. You know what I'm saying? Out of my own paycheck. And you see the back of my hand itching, I can't afford it. And because of that, we leaving that alone. Because of that, we leaving that all the way alone. Oh, this little wasp look like he lost. He trying to find his way out of the greenhouse. That's understood. What's up, Donnie? Oh, y'all don't mind me. I just want to put my beans in little bundles. The ones that are loose anyway. And to be honest, it wasn't even anything that they said that really had me thrown off. It was what they did. Because they were actively trying to kick my door in and tow my trailer away with me and my son in it. That's what really had my, you know what I'm saying, my spidey senses like, what in the world is going on around here? Yeah, they were literally trying to cause us harm. It's one thing to not like somebody. It's another thing to hate somebody to such an extent that you're actively trying to hurt them and cause them harm. And you know what I'm saying? To be honest, you don't even have to be racist to do that because I've had people of my own race try that. So, and that's just real. But when it come down to it, I'm definitely not trying to find myself in a position to where I'm the, you know what I'm saying, the odd one out and everybody hate me just because I exist. I don't have time for that. Even though I can understand that everybody ain't gonna like me, but simultaneously, it shouldn't be a situation where everybody hate me and I haven't even did nothing to nobody. That's crazy. And I've experienced that. And I understand that. And I'm not even, it ain't even just, you know what I'm saying? It ain't even just white people because I experienced that when I was staying in Austin. I was a patient at the hospital, and this police officer who was Hispanic was sitting there talking about how much he hated black people. And I was in utter shock and appallment. I wasn't just in shock and appallment because what he was saying was racist. It was like his reasoning behind it. And it was like he was basically saying that he feels like black people all lie, that they're all suspicious, and that he likes to stalk black people when they go to the restroom, and he likes to stand outside the door, and he really wishes that there were cameras in the restroom. And when black people leave, he likes to call the police on them and tell them to arrest them. And that he has seen many times that they typically end up in jail. And I was in shock. I was like, you literally have allowed however many experiences you've had with black people to cause you to hate an entire race of people. And if so, you're working at a hospital. So if these people actually need your help, that means that it's a situation where you are actively causing harm to people and you don't even know if they, like, you're just assuming that they're lying. And that's messed up. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, you know, I've had experiences of going to the hospital because I literally cannot take pain anymore. And people trying to accuse me of being addicted to medicine that I don't even go to the doctor for because I don't want to be addicted to it. I don't want to be addicted to no pain medicine. And that's why I don't go and request medicine from any doctors. I could get it if I wanted to. I have metal in my foot and my knee. And both of my ankles, to be honest, have been broken. If I wanted to, I could have a prescription every month. But I choose not to because I don't want to be stuck on that. So the fact that this man said something like that, it really made me feel I was in shock. I couldn't believe that. You know what I'm saying? And I really couldn't believe that, you know, but you'll be shocked. You never know who it is that will have hate towards you for no apparent reason. And I really could not fathom why he would say something like that, why he felt so comfortable saying that at work with cameras around. Why he felt so comfortable saying that while a black patient was in the room. Like he really was really like it was appalling. I understand. I understand. And I'm not saying you, but even him as a police officer, he signed the oath. He's supposed to take that to the utmost extent. But he's literally saying out of his mouth, you know what I'm saying, while I was sitting there, that F that oath. I don't care. This specific type of people, I don't like them. And I'm going to do whatever I can to make them feel uncomfortable. I don't care if they got to use the restroom. I don't care if they really need help. I don't care if they really hurt. I assume that they're here to do some kind of evil, and it's crazy because it's a hospital. What are they stealing? What do they do? Like, what could they possibly do to you? You know what I'm saying? I know it's some crazy people out here that really will do some things, bro. And I'm just being real. But I feel like crazy people come in all races, all creeds, and all colors. And it ain't no situation where you can just say it's only black people that do crazy things, because I sit up and watch police cam videos all the time, bro. And it ain't just us. Baby, it ain't just us. It's a lot of people that be doing all kind of crazy stuff. It's crazy. That was just, it was mind boggling to me. And that happened this year. This year, when I went to the hospital, I was in shock. I couldn't believe that man said that with his badge on, like it was okay. I wish I had my camera on when he said it. Because that's somebody that don't need no badge. She don't need to be on those streets. He don't need to have that kind of power, and he's sitting up here hating people for no reason. That's insane to me. I couldn't believe it. Hey, what's up, Thurby? That's true, because like, what if somebody really needs your help? You mean to tell me you not gonna believe that they really need your help? You gonna believe that they have something bad going? You're gonna automatically assume the worst about them, and you don't even know them? That was just like, I can't think. And I ain't say nothing to him. I just, you know what I'm saying? It just really opened my eyes, though. I can't think. It opened my eyes to a whole different perspective of, like, you know what I'm saying? I never expected that. I never expected that. I really did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm somebody, I try my best to not put myself in a position. I don't want to be scared of police officers, because if I really need help, I don't want it to be a situation where I'm calling you for help and you attacking me as if I'm the problem. Like, that's crazy. That was wild to me. It really was. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if he was an actual police officer or a security guard with, you know what I'm saying? With a, you know what I'm saying, a pew pew, regardless of what it is he had going on, for him to be in the position that he was in and to say stuff like that around patients as if it was okay was absolutely like, yes, okay, like the lights turned on. I was like, what? All right, baby, I don't argue with nobody. I don't argue with, hey, baby, I don't argue with ignorant people now. I'm not finna sit there and go back and forth with him about it. I'm not finna try to change his mind. I'm not finna do none of that. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like my actions speak louder than words, because he probably thought I was trying to live in that hospital. And like I said, I was waiting on the bus to come. Once the bus came, I left. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for that. That is just, you know, and honestly, what he said made me feel uncomfortable. I didn't even want to go in the restroom in there, because you are a man. I don't want you standing outside the restroom while I go, regardless if I have to do number one or number two. It shouldn't be a situation where you standing outside the restroom trying to monitor me. What you got going on? That's weird. That is harassment. Go for it. But I have, you know what I'm saying, had some wild experiences, yo. I really have. Oh, hope it ain't no mosquitoes out here. Let me see where my phone at. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm finna go to the restroom. Oh, dang. Hold on. Let me read this before I go. I can see it. I can see it happening. That's sad. That is sad. That is really sad. But I can see it. I can see it. And I know that trafficking is a real issue, but you know what I'm saying? If you're not actively asking for help, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? On one spectrum, I feel like it's a good thing that they are concerned, but simultaneously, it's not fair that y'all stay there. And 9 out of 10, everybody knows y'all. And it doesn't make sense as to why they would assume that he's doing something that he's not supposed to be doing, especially due to the fact that, you know what I'm saying, y'all stay there. Y'all are married. 9 out of 10, everybody knows that y'all are married. So why would they assume that it's something extra going on? Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta go use the restroom. I'm finna mute the camera. All right, y'all, I'm back. I kind of just flopped down in my seat. Man, but that's messed up. And it was your car and your name. so messed up, yo. That is messed up, yo. I can't stand. I was watching this video a couple days ago, and it was of these female officers that went out to eat to celebrate somebody's birthday. While they were at the restaurant, the restaurant owner ended up calling the police on them and saying that they were being loud, or that they were being belligerent, or they were disturbing the peace, and that they wanted them to leave. They did, in fact, leave outside the restaurant, but they stayed up there once they found out they were calling the police, because they didn't want their car to get pulled over. When the police officers came, they completely ignored them and what they were saying, and started being very aggressive with them, like they were just trying to cause a problem. And I think y'all know what I mean, because in reality, somebody saying they don't want you at a restaurant and that you're cursing or you're being loud is not a reason for you to go to jail. It is a reason. You like they validly, they don't have to serve you. They don't have to, you know what I'm saying? They can reserve their right to not want you in their restaurant, but that doesn't mean you need to go to jail. So they are basically letting the officer know what happened, and he is trying to pick a fight with them. And it's almost like he wanted them to do something. I think y'all know what I mean. Like, it's kind of like they were trying to pick a fight and trying to get them to act up. And you know what I'm saying? In reality, when I was at that hospital, that could be what that officer was. She might have been trying to get me to go back and forth with him so that he could try to get me put in jail. When in reality, it was him that started it. But that's what he was doing. He was trying to get at them. He was trying to get them riled up, and he wanted to try to take them to jail. Now, he didn't realize that they were also police officers. And it ended up, a situation where he ends up looking bad. And, you know what I'm saying? They, obviously don't want to go to the restaurant anymore. I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Just like I wouldn't want to go to that hospital anymore, because I don't want to be around nobody that's, you know what I'm saying? I don't have time for that. It's not I don't want to spend my money with anybody. That's just like the little corner store. It's a gas station I used to go to almost every day to get my little cigarettes and my beer. And the lady in that store, I tried to give her grace, and I assume maybe it's because she irritated. Maybe she having a bad day. The last time I went in that store, she was smiling. And once I opened the door, she started to look angry and she started frowning. I was like, what's wrong? And she was like, nothing. Ain't nothing wrong. And I was like, dang, she got a bad ass, you know what I'm saying, attitude, bruh. I was like, dang, you looking at me like you want to fight. And she was like, nah, that ain't what's going on. I wouldn't put that much energy into you. I was like, oh, no, bruh. Baby, when I say I will never go back to that store again, I don't have time for that. It ain't gonna be a situation where I'm coming in your establishment and spending my hard-earned money, and you know what I'm saying, or even if it's a situation where I had to beg somebody to loan me some money or to give me some money so I could come up here and get a beer and cigarettes, and I'm spending my money, bro, and you got an attitude with me. You looking at me and like I'm a problem, as if it's you're. Never again. I'm not finna deal with that. It ain't finna be no situation where I'm a paying customer and you treating me like I'm a criminal or as if I did something wrong. I'm not finna play with you. Baby, I'll never come there again. I'm just being real. And you know what I'm saying? I don't have time for that. That go for any place. I don't care if it's a restaurant, a bar, a club, a gas station, a store. I'm not dealing with it. It's not going to be a situation where I'm paying you. I'm spending money in here. This is job security. If I'm coming up here every day and you mean to tell me you giving me attitude and giving me a side eye as if I'm doing something wrong, I ain't never came in this place and stole nothing, and you looking at me as if I'm trying to do something wrong. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for people doing all that. Sometimes that happens. You said y'all left many places. I feel you. Baby, I'll leave somewhere quickly. It'll be a situation. If I don't leave, I'm gonna buy whatever I buy to prove my point because you know what I'm saying. Sometimes when you just leave, they'll be like, "See, they was gonna steal. See, they was gonna this." I'm gonna buy whatever it is that I was gonna buy, and I bet you never see me again. I bet you I don't spend not one more red cent of my money in there. I bet you that, baby. I bet you that. Baby, do what she did on Pretty Woman. How you know what I'm saying? She went in that store and them women didn't want to help her, and she went to the other store, got a bunch of stuff, and came back and said, "Oh, y'all earn money on commission." Big mistake. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time for that. It ain't gonna be a situation where I'm coming in there, you know what I'm saying, spending money and all that. And you know what I'm saying? Like, as somebody that has owned a business, I know how business works. And while I understand, I have worked retail and I understand that some people steal and some people always come in on a negative MO. As knowing myself, I never come into a store trying to give anybody no attitude. It ain't no situation where I'm trying to give nobody a hard time. Typically, I'm in there. I know what I want. I ask for it or I pick it up. I get it and I leave. And as somebody that has never done anything to cause anybody to treat me that way, I'm not going to deal with nobody treat me that way. And I mean that. And if everybody else feel like they don't get no problem, baby, that is your business, bro. But I know one thing, I'm not finna allow nobody to give me no bad attitude and try to put bad energy off on me and ruin my day. I'd rather go all the way up the road to a whole nother store, bro. It's gas stations all up and down this street. Why would I just have to go there? You said it was a culture shock and your spidey sense is high. I feel you. Baby, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. You said it's why you get everything delivered. I understand. But sometimes I can't stunt. I love getting stuff delivered depending on what it is and if it's difficult for me to find it in the store, because I will do that. But at the same time, I feel like I like to go in stores, especially if I want to try something on or something like that. But yeah, that's also what I was finna say. Why, you know what I'm saying? I love the idea. I love the feeling of going to a store. And as somebody that grew up with my dad taking me shopping every weekend, every other weekend, I like going in the store. I like scrolling through and seeing what I like, putting what I like to the side, putting what I'm gonna get, maybe I'm gonna get, etc., and trying to figure out what's the best deal and going to the cashier, paying for all my stuff and having it that day. And I don't mind by ordering things online. But when you order online, you gotta wait however long for it to come in versus going in the store and having it that day. But simultaneously, I love the convenience and the peace of not having to deal with nobody trying to treat you some kind of way and be disrespectful and be hateful and trying to discriminate just because you have the audacity to have some money and want to go to the store that day. Ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I'm saying? At all. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Once again, I get it. I remember I used to work retail. And I remember when I used to work for Claire's, they would tell us to watch certain kids because them little kids, they look like they trying to do something over there. You got to watch them kids because it is that, and baby. And I remember. But you know what I'm saying? At the same time, I can't study. It used to make me feel awkward. It used to make me feel uncomfortable because I know simultaneously, I don't like it when people treat me like that. I don't want nobody following me around no store. I don't want nobody, you know what I'm saying? And my way of dealing with that, I would say, do you need any help? Because it's a difference between asking somebody if they need help and just dry coming over and watching them. Because, baby, I don't like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You trying to have you a good day. You ain't bothering nobody. You just trying to, you know what I'm saying, live your life. And that's, baby, that's the exact reason why I would rather ride or walk an extra 10, 15, 20 minutes than to go to that store. I don't care how convenient it is, because it ain't gonna be a situation where I'm only gonna be in the store for 5 minutes. You already know what I'm coming in here to get. You already know I'm not gonna steal anything because I never have. And you know what I'm saying? It ain't no situation where I'm a stranger, but she going out of her way to be nasty and mean to me. I don't know if it's a situation where she be trying to flirt with the men in there and she think I'm trying to take them. I don't know what she got going on, bro, but I don't like it. I sure don't. I don't like nobody being nasty like that to me and being all rude. Girl, ain't nobody got time for that. And you know what I'm saying? I get it. Some people don't like their jobs, bro. But baby, don't put that off on me. I ain't tell you to fill out that application, bro. Baby, I'm serious. Every job I had, even when I myself worked at a gas station, I was sitting there and try to be as kind, as you know what I'm saying, genuine and nice as I possibly can. And you know what I'm saying? Now, there's certain things that I wouldn't be able to do. I remember, now I've had people come in there and try to give me a hard time. I know what it's like for somebody to give you a hard time. I've had somebody come in the store while I was working there and be racist to me. And my boss had my back. She called that lady and told her that she's not allowed to come to a store anymore because she called me the N-word. Now, it's another time where a woman came in there and, you know what I'm saying, I'm bagging her things. And I was sitting in a chair because my boss already knew I can't sit there and stand all day long. She, well, can you hand me the bag? And I handed her the bag from the chair. And she was like, well, I don't understand why you can't stand up. And I explained to her because I have an injury in my knee and both of my ankles, and I cannot be on my feet all day. And she got a little attitude. And you know what I'm saying? Look, bro, ain't nobody got time. It doesn't make a difference to you if I'm standing up or sitting down. It's not like I'm sitting up here being nasty or rude. I'm not fit. You like, what are you expecting? You want me to walk around the store? You like following you or something like that? I'm not a servant, you know. Like, I just feel like some people, I know what it's like when people are being nasty. I know what it's like when people are being rude, and I know that it's a difference between somebody that is just literally being a customer. And like I said, it used to be people that would come in there every day just because they wanted to get out the house and come up there and have conversations with me for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, and I ain't mind. It's nothing wrong with that. But it's a complete difference, you know what I'm saying, between somebody that, you know, and I know me personally, it'll be a situation where I go in the store. I know what I want already. I'm going to go ahead and grab what I want. If what I want is behind the register, like cigarettes or something like that, go up to the register. You already know exactly what I'm finna ask for. You know what I'm saying? In reality, you the one that's making it take longer than it is, bro. You already know what baby, just have it ready for me already. I'm going to come up there, ask for it, pay for it, and I'm gone. It ain't like I'm sitting up there lingering. I ain't like the men that sit outside the store, sipping on beers all night or something like that. And she treated me like I'm a pest and like I'm a bother. Baby, when I say I'll never go to that store again, baby, I've started going all the way. I've started going to a store all the way down the road, bro. And I would rather take out the extra 10 minutes to go to that store than to deal with her nasty attitude. I'm serious. I'm stubborn like that. I'm serious. I would rather take out the extra, even if I had to walk. I would rather take out the extra time to go all the way down the road than to go up there. And to be honest, I don't trust her. I just feel like she is also, I don't know what she on. I don't know what she got going on. Yes, customer service, piss poor. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if she was trying to set me up or something like that. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to put her on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put that on her. But at the same time, I just feel like she's shady. I don't know what she got going on. So I'm not finna go, baby, I'm not finna deal with that. I'm not finna, it's too many gas stations on this street for me to have to go. I'm not going to that one no more. I'm not dealing with it. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just not. I'm not finna deal with nobody with no piss poor customer service and no bad attitude. You know what I'm saying? The exact reason as to why people sit around and talk noise about people, African American people now, is her actions and the way that she acts. She is the complete description of somebody Bad attitude, nasty, mean for no apparent reason, rude for no apparent reason. And you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing that you can tell me that I'm doing to bother you within the 5 minutes, if that I'm in that store that is causing you such a stress. I don't mess with none of the little game systems they have in there. I'm not using a restroom. I go and grab my beer, I grab my cigarettes, and I go on about my business. So how is it that I'm such a bother to you? I don't have time for that. I understand. I understand. I understand if it's a situation where they treated him some kind of way, I wouldn't go either. I wouldn't do that. I don't like that. And that's true. Baby, that's true. That's true. That's true. Because it ain't no situation where she ain't technically being racist, but she sure is being nasty and hateful. And I ain't got time for that. I don't. I don't have time for no bad customer service. I don't have time for rude people and nasty people. So I'd rather just not even go. That's true. Baby, this thing that gave me a headache talking about this woman and her nasty attitude. I think I gave myself a headache. Talking about how awful she is. I don't like that. That's true. Some people are just nasty for no reason. My Instagram name is StaR's Cartel. It's the same thing as my channel name. It's the same thing. You said it's a hen party. That's cute. They probably thought you was being mean, but that's low key funny because I feel like they didn't get it. Like the hens are the girls, and you're just saying that it's a girl party. But you was basically saying it's a room full of girls that are talking. Yo, that's so funny. Oh, I can understand it. Man, I ain't say. I feel like every time I came into that store, including and not limited to the day that she was being all nasty and mean to me, I was always nice and cordial with her. I ain't never, you know what I'm saying? It ain't never been a situation where I was sitting up there trying to cause problems for her. It ain't no situation where I was being mean. I remember one time I had misplaced my cigarettes because I thought she didn't hand them to me, but I actually dropped them under the seat in the car, and I came and brought back the ones that she gave me because I found them. Now, if I was, you know what I'm saying, the type of person that she may be trying to point me as, I could have kept them and drove off. But I walked back in the store, gave them back to her, and told her, hey, I found them. My bad. I apologize and everything. Baby, when I say I don't have time for nobody being nasty and mean to me for no apparent reason, I don't have time for nobody trying to, you know what I'm saying? I don't have time for that at all. At period. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time for that. As nice and sweet and kind as I am, I don't have time for nobody trying to do me like that. I'm just like, oh, I ain't finna spend my money nowhere. Somebody just dry, going out of their way to try to mess up my day every time I walk in there. Then I guess I won't be going to the store no more. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I don't care what it is that she got going on. Maybe in her mind, she think I shouldn't be drinking beer. Maybe in her mind, she think I shouldn't be smoking cigarettes. But that's none of her business. I am 35 years old. And if I choose that I'm going to smoke cigarettes, that's what's going to happen. If I choose that I'm going to drink beer, that's what's going to happen. She didn't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't up to her. And just because she got a bad attitude with me, don't mean I'm gonna stop. It mean I'm gonna go to another store where I'm not gonna have to deal with nobody with no nasty attitude. And that's just what it is. Ain't nobody got time for that. You said one time they undercharged me and you called and told on yourself. I feel you. I ain't trying to, baby. It ain't no situation. I don't want no bad juju on me. It ain't no situation where I'm trying to say something that don't belong to me. I ain't trying to do nobody like that. But at the same time, don't try to mess me up either. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to mess over me. You said ain't nobody's business. Okay. I'm too old for that. Now, if I decide that I'm gonna stop smoking, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm currently sitting up here vaping instead of smoking cigarettes. That was my choice. It's not a situation where anybody is gonna pressure me or try to convince me. It has to be my choice. And that's period. I ain't finna let nobody try to bully me around. That's half the reason I started smoking in the first place, because I get tired of people trying to tell me what I need to and need to not do. I'm not finna do what you want me to. And that's the end of it. It always been that way. It always been that way. I don't like it. I don't like nobody trying to control me. I can't stand it with a passion. And I'm too old for anybody to be trying to put whatever it is that they think I should be doing or how they think I should be acting up on me. You gonna come all the way up off my back. We is not finna deal with that. And if it's a situation where I gotta block you all the way out my world, my little bubble, that's fine by me, bro. As far as I'm concerned, that store don't even exist no more. Okay. Mm-mm. Ain't nobody got time for that. Mm. Oh, I'm starting to get tired, y'all. I'm probably finna finish sipping on this beer and take my behind in the house. I know I need to take these bags in the house and throw them away. I know, phone. It's time for business. Outside. You said don't put your okay. I ain't got time for that. You said you cut people off like sliced bread. I understand. I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? And as somebody that, 35 years old, I didn't have a many jobs. And even it don't matter, even if it is a job that I didn't like per se, it don't mean I'm finna take all of my anger out on my customers, clients, patients, or whatever. That's nonsense. You can't go around putting whatever it is that is pissing you off and irritating you on other people. That ain't right. That's not fair to them. So like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if she the type of person, she got problems at home. I don't know if her man is cheating on her. If he is, he ain't cheating on you with me. So it ain't no need of you trying to have an attitude with me and give me the side eye. I don't got time for that. You can take that anger out on the person that pissed you off. Don't be trying to take your little anger out on me. Ain't nobody got time for that. That ain't nobody got time for that. You ain't finna, and I ain't finna be in no position where you sitting up here trying to provoke me to anger either and try to provoke me to act a fool, bro. Because I feel like that's what she was doing the last time I was in there, and that's why, nope, I'm not dealing with that. I sure am not. I sure ain't. I ain't finna deal with that. Y'all, baby, I don't care. I don't care. And if it's a situation where y'all ain't gonna miss my little whatever $10 that I used to spend per day at that store, more power to you. I don't even care, bro. I know one thing. I'm not finna allow you to mess up my day. I'm not finna do that. It ain't finna be no situation where you finna cause me to cuss you out and come up out of my character and act a fool. So I would rather just go somewhere else and spend my money there, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time for that. I feel you. And that's how I am too. Even after she was having a nasty attitude with me, I was still nice to her. And like I said, I never go to that store again. I sure won't. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And I know, as a businesswoman, if her manager is sitting up there scratching his head trying to figure out why I won't come there no more, he can rewind them videos back and see how she had an attitude with me, bro. And that's between him and her. But I ain't finna deal with that. I ain't finna deal with nobody being rude and having no nasty attitude with me. I'm not. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not. And you know what I'm saying? It may be a situation where they don't, you know what I'm saying? They ain't missing it. That's fine by me too. I really could care less. But I'm not finna deal with nobody with no nasty attitude. I don't care which way it goes. That'll be like, you know what I'm saying, going to a club or a bar and something bad happened to me there. I don't care if it is jumping out. I'm not going back because I feel like I'm still gonna have a bad experience. I feel like they still don't like me. I feel like it's still like it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? That's how I came to peace with my ex and everything we had going on. It don't matter if he is acting like a completely different person with somebody else. It don't matter if he is treating her like a queen. He wasn't treating me like that. So why sit around stressing myself out about somebody that treated me awfully? Like F him and her. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And carry on about my business, man. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not gonna sit around and allowing you to treat me like I'm nobody and I'm nothing and etc. Man, F you, bro. And you know what I'm saying? I try my best not to be a narcissist. I try my best to be as humble as possible. But I feel like sometimes we have to push ourselves up, you know what I'm saying? And say, nah, I don't deserve that. I don't deserve for nobody to be having no nasty attitude with me every time I come into the store. I don't deserve a man that is cheating on me and being abusive to me. I don't deserve certain things. And I don't care what it is that they decide to do with their time, effort, and energy with everybody else. But I know they not finna treat me a certain way. And because they trying to treat me a certain way, I'm going to go ahead and remove my energy altogether. And now we don't even have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You dig? F that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Mm-mm. I don't care what it is, baby. It could be a situation where you going around hollering that it's me. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that problem in other places. It ain't no situation where every time I go somewhere, somebody got an attitude with me and somebody being mean to me. I don't got time for that. It'd be one thing if I was going places. Thank you. It would be one thing if I was the type of person where I go for every time I go somewhere, I'm trying to take something that don't belong to me and I'm not trying to pay and I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, be sneaky and stuff like that. It's a whole nother thing when I'm the type of person, every time I come, I'm buying everything and I'm there frequently, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time for that. That's just like typically any kind of store, when you go there and you're a frequent customer, they give you the VIP treatment. They don't treat you like you're unnecessary or you're trash or you're unwelcome. And if you treated me like that, I won't come back no more. I'm not. I don't care what it is. It could be a bar, a restaurant, a corner store, a grocery store. I'm not dealing with it. It's a grocery store. I won't step foot in it anymore. Why? Because the security at that grocery store was falling in behind me and my son throughout the whole store. And then when we got to the line, he said in Spanish that black people look like caca. And I understand Spanish. And I was very much so bothered by his comment. Okay, I was very bothered. I bet they never see me in that store again. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. Thank you to my to Lamar High School for forcing me to take Spanish. Because I actually understand Spanish. Unbeknownst to some people. Yes, I'm finna take my butt to sleep. I know you probably already peeped it, okay? I'm getting my bag together. Throwing my cups in the bag. My cup is empty. And the show is over. I love y'all so much. I really do appreciate y'all coming to hang out with me. Ooh. Now I gotta get up. Oh Lord. I appreciate y'all coming to hang out with me and my plants on this beautiful Saturday. On this beautiful Sabbath. I hope y'all are enjoying y'all's. Hold on. Woo. I hope y'all enjoying y'all Saturday and y'all had a good one, yo. I hope y'all ate good today and y'all feeling good today. I really appreciate you. And I love you to bits and pieces. Hold on, let me close up the greenhouse and make sure that we only got frogs and lizards in there. I love you guys to bits and pieces. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and to catch me on tomorrow's live stream. I'll see you guys later. Deuces. Woo.